That means Dog's up 3-1 in the series. He's going to be on match point moving forward.
Yeah, this is brutal stuff. I mean, just back-to-back games where Dog has quite literally killed every single minion that Zalay has played. And that's one of those demoralizing feelings is when you try to get something rolling and your opponent just has the answer to every single spot. That's one situation I feel like where Zalay could potentially be affected mentally. And down 3-1, he's got to beat Druid to do it too. And 3 chances for Druid to just get one of those amazing draws where it just does Druid things.
Good odds.
This is going to be a tough one.
Yeah. Effectively, you can look at this as being 2-0 up in a best of 5 for Dog. Since that's how it translates over into a best of 7. Dog just has to win 1. Zalay has to win 3 in a row. So Zalay's going to throw out that Hobgoblin Zoo deck one more time. It's probably got the best chance against Druid, and we'll see if he can do it. But I'm liking Dog's hand right now. He doesn't have spells to fight early on. The Shade's a little bit awkward, but having that Wild Growth into a 4-drop is a good hand. It's not the nuts, but it's a good hand.
Something Zalay was missing from the last 2 games too, I think, was early Nerubian Eggs. And against Druid, the Nerubian Eggs can be a threat, but it's kind of like the one card that if Druid has an answer to it, it stalls almost your entire game. You play Nerubian Egg, if they have the silence for it, I mean, I usually feel like I'm in trouble when that happens. And when I'm playing as the Druid and I silence a Nerubian Egg, I usually feel like I'm in pretty good shape.
Yeah. So I think Zalay was hoping to pick up an activator here. Most other Zoo decks would just play the Argent Squire, but since 1, Zalay has both eggs in his hand, and 2, Zalay also is running a Hobgoblin version, so Argent Squire gets more value as the game goes on. I think he is pretty happy with just searching for an activator, being able to plop down an egg the next turn. And wow, so Zalay's going to be able to go off on turn 6.
Is it going to be enough by then, though?
Yeah, that's the question.
Yep, Nerubian Egg's the play, and he's running right into what Dog has.
I must safeguard.
It looked like it went face. Like the arrow was pointed at the face. Yeah, I was pausing for a second. I was like, that's not where he wanted to go.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Second Nerubian Egg, still no activator though, and that's really the big one.
Yeah. And now what do? Your hand is full of like combo pieces, so to speak. So, gets rid of the Echoing Ooze. I'm not sure how happy he's about that. But even if you don't have an activator, you're always threatening activator. The Nerubian Egg is always you have to keep that in the back of your mind when you're playing against it. So that might be playing into Dog's head a little bit here. He's thinking, well, what's the better play I can make if he has Powerful Whelming? What's the better play that I can make if he has, an Abusive Sergeant? And Sludge Belcher is the play here, because if he does have Abusive Sergeant, it means that he can't necessarily trade in efficiently into the Sludge Belcher.
Yeah, it's like going to look for the the right sequence here, but all of them look pretty tough. And that's really the thing about Druid too, is like if it stalls the board development and doesn't fall way far behind, it usually just stays ahead.
Yeah.
And so that's what Zalay's looking for, is how does he actually swing this back in his favor? And it's like a mystery almost. Like I have no idea how. I guess taunting up the eggs and trying to buy some more time. So pretty good. I don't really see these other 2 attacking pretty much ever.
Mm. Yeah. How much time is he going to be able to buy, though?
Dog picks up Big Game Hunter as well. So that Sea Giant, it's pretty much taken care of at this point, too. And I think that's what Zalay was kind of eyeing, was building into this Sea Giant turn.
Yeah, but I think this is a Hobgoblin turn. I don't know if you're going to be able to get much value. That's going to be a 3/3 with Divine Shield put on the board, and a 3/5 taunt put on the board. Basically, a Extended Shield Master and a Silver Moon Guardian, which are both 4-mana cards, each 1 mana.
Yeah, pretty good. Plus the threat of the Hobgoblin down. I mean, this isn't like something that Dog just wants to ignore. Like he needs to find some way to check that Hobgoblin, in his mind anyway.
Mm-hmm. Zalay's just praying right now. No swipe. No swipe. Swipe is almost a full board clear here. Swipe plus a hero power would clear everything off the board except for the Argent Squire. Actually, no, he'd probably kill the Argent Squire. Everything off the board except for a 1 health defender of Argus.
Yeah, it's going to be draw 2 instead, and that is great news for Zalay right now. Yeah, this is definitely the kind of position that can get out of hand.
That it is. All right,
It's
so
not what he wanted to draw, but
ooh, if he taps his turn, there's no way that he can play Sea Giant, but I think Gormok's to play anyway. How much damage is that actually? 8, 10 plus 6 is 15 plus 4 is 20. So, I mean, I still think you just Gormok, trade in the Dark Peddler and the Divine Shielded Argent Squire and the Ancient of War and just start going face again. I mean, that's the cleanest it's going to get. And you still have a resilient board. You're not weak to swipe. Oh, he's actually just going to trade off his one mana, or sorry, 1 health.
He's playing around the top deck swipe, which I actually think is really smart here. I think it's one of the ways he loses this game. His board presence is so heavy that he didn't really need to play the Sea Giant. Force Nature, Innervate, Savage Roar are going to help clean up some of this stuff, but goodness, the damage is going to keep pouring on. I mean, Zalay might have turned the corner, honestly, with the Hobgoblin turn, and Dog not having the swipe to take care of it.
This is actually quite a bit that's going to be cleared off. He's going to be able to clear the Gormok. He's going to be able to clear the Hobgoblin. Unfortunately, the Living Runes doesn't really have a use. He can Living Runes off the Divine Shield, but that's just about the only use that it's going to have. It's just not really a clean way to go about it. Like, there's not clean ways to remove all of this stuff.
Yeah, there's no utility back behind either, so this is just nothing really to give here. Now it falls to 11 even from this attack. You know, at this point, you just got to hope that Zalay's hand is fairly dead, which is just not a very good hope.
Yeah. So Living Runes for the 1/1s, and yeah, it's just gonna pray. Power Overwhelming. That's
9.
2 damage off. Yeah.
I think you tap here. Franco Z. Hey, that one's all right.
Yeah, that pretty much just locks up the game.
Ancient of War would be a good draw here from Dog, but pretty much outside of that, it is looking like he can be done. Whoa, Ancient of War!
Does that give him a shot? I still don't think it really gives him a shot. There's still so many outs here for lethal because Power Overwhelming. Oh no, Power Overwhelming wouldn't allow him to cleanly push through. So, I mean it's better than nothing.
I mean, say he draws another taunt back behind this. This is a potential recovery.
Yeah. It could be, but it's still looking very poor. Very poor.
I think Zalay wants to go for... He doesn't want to go for Sea Giant here, honestly, but I think he has to, given this hand texture. Yeah, this is going to be met with the Big Game Hunter. The Power Overwhelming pushes 3 damage as well.
I don't know. He's going to need a spell because 3 damage is going to be pushed through, and even after the Big Game Hunter, there's going to be 5 damage left on board. Even like a swipe won't even clear. A taunt? Ancient of Lord, that's a heal. That keeps him alive. Oh, jeez. And that's both Power Warming's gone, so now we're like a charger away. Does this deck even run chargers as finishers?
No, it doesn't. We've seen the full 30 cards, 2 Power Overwhelmings.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the enhancement.
Yeah. But I don't know if you know, Dog's going to find a way to deal with a Sea Giant. He's going to need a lot of help off the top. But then at that point, Zalay's sort of got to make the decision, hey, do I start removing the board to protect my Sea Giant and sort of go all in on it? Like, what's the decision here? If he goes face, then that means there's some clean trades here, and he can leave it with only the Sea Giant, but then all of a sudden a spell loses you the game, a taunt makes it rough for you.
That Implosion might lock it up. That Implosion was a really good draw. Now, if he rolls 2, he actually can't play the Sea Giant this turn.
Yeah.
I'm guessing the Implosion is going to be pointed at the Big Game Hunter.
Yeah, he needs to roll a 3 or higher, though, in order for him to still be able to play, because it'll take 1 off and add 3, so it'll effectively reduce the Sea Giant by another 2, so it would cost 3 mana. Oh, so he's going to take, I guess, the safer route. Hello!
That's a pretty good one. I wonder if this is ever trade here. I think you go face. Yeah, trading the 3/3 I think is fine. He's gonna trade everything.
He's only gonna get one ooze.
This comes down to Dog having to have an answer to this. I mean, the extra 8/8 is just.
Ooh.
Well, we'll be at 1.
1 health, but can Zalay piece together 2 damage? Abusive Sergeant does it. Power Overwhelming, but I don't think he has any left. Maybe a Dark Peddler into a Power Overwhelming Abusive Sergeant.
Oh,
Knife Juggler.
This game is crazy.
Explosion could do it.
Oh,
Voidwalker protects it. Voidwalker does protect it. Oh man, this
my
is too
gosh,
close.
8 damage crashing in. Dog needs help off the top too. The juggle even goes face. He's down to 1.
Force of Nature! That's a full clear. That is a full clear. Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh no, does Zalay have 1 damage? The dog just puts his hands in there and goes, oops, sorry. Oh man, Argent Squire.
This could be like the sickest comeback.
At 1 health, and Zalay is just, you can tell that he just looks annoyed.
So Dog needs multiple attacks to clear this off. He needs 4 attacks to be able to clear through this. Picks up Jordan the Claw! Oh my gosh!
And there's nothing that pushes through. I don't know. Do you play it safe and maybe just clear off the in-game boss, or
Base.
because an owl kills
there
you
is an
either
Iron
way.
Beak Owl in there, isn't there?
Yeah. So he needs 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks to clear up the whole board, but he can. No, yeah, an Iron Beak Owl is you're dead no matter what. So maybe you just go face here.
Nope, he's not dead no matter what. If he clears off both of the if he say he attacks King Boss with the first shredder and attacks the 1 with the second shredder, Iron Beak Owl's going to leave him at 1 if he doesn't attack the Divine Shield here. So this is it. Iron Beak Owl is needed for Zalay right now.
Oh my goodness. He hopes, he prays. Well,
That's going to buy him a turn.
yeah,
like.
but I don't know. Is there still any ways that he can find a win here?
I must safeguard.
How about Keeper of the Grove? That's going to do it. Dog fights his way back from 1 HP. And
Yes,
takes
he does.
game number 5. Oh my gosh, TJ, I can't believe Dog won this game.
Wow. What? That, like, I was writing that game off from like turn 6. I was like, there is no way that Dog is going to find a way to make it out of this one. And at 1 health for multiple turns in a row, that Hobgoblin deck showing maybe a slight weakness if the board is removed with no chargers, nothing left to sort of add that extra damage. But that force, I just don't even know. I don't even know how to sum that one up.
I'm
Craziness.
just stunned right now. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like such a good sequence of draws too. Being able to clear, have the heal, draw the Force Nature, put the taunt up, get use of the shredders that had been in his hand like the entire game. Oh my gosh, that's a heartbreaking loss for Zalay, but wow, what a comeback from Dog.
Yeah, and that means Dog is going to be moving on to the PAX Prime Finals. He will join Eversiction as the second player to win a feature and to get that automatic seed into the Grand Finals at PAX Prime in August. He'll also go away with $3,000 to add to that impressive tournament winnings that he has. Of course, Zalay will go home with $1,500 plus 16 Geico points, which is actually a lot. So if he manages to place maybe in one of the opens, he is a U.S.-based player, so he is allowed to compete in those opens. He can gather some Geico points and maybe piece together a finish for later in the season and qualify himself there. But I don't think he can be too disappointed with his performance throughout the weekend because I think he played well. It looks like his preparation was there. He just couldn't manage to bring it there in the finals.
Yeah, second place is going to sting today, but tomorrow when he goes, I got $1,500.
$1,500, yeah.
It'll feel a lot better tomorrow.
Yeah, he should be pretty happy with that. But big congratulations to Dog. We want to give you guys another reminder. We will be at PAX East. ONOG and Geico will be at PAX East in just a week's time. There will be a major happening there with a $10,000 prize pool and 43 Hearthstone Championship Tour points to give away. There's going to be a lot of great players that are already going to be there. There's also going to be an open portion. There's 128 slots open. It's on-site signups only, so you have to actually be at PAX East. But if you're going to be there and you think you have what it takes, then make sure you head over to the booth and sign up for that. There's also going to be some players there from Team Liquid, from Archon, from Cloud9. If you want to get some stuff signed, it's going to be a great time. That will be broadcast on Twitch as well, right on this channel. So make sure if you're not going to PAX East that you tune in, because it's going to be a fantastic time. That's 22nd through the 24th, so next week. But Admiral, I mean, that was an exciting day. Do you have any final words, any shout-outs, any closing thoughts that you'd like to give?
Just thanks to all the fans who joined us today for these great games, and maybe a little bit of extra sting there for Zalay. Dog is now up 3-2 against them, lifetime in series. Right? But man, what just such great play today. I mean, we saw very little, if any, real mistakes being made. Just a couple of tighter sequence plays, but outside of that, we're just picture perfect Hearthstone today.
Yeah, it was a great day. We do want to give a huge shout out to the sponsors, Geico, the title sponsor for the 2016 circuit, as well as the Video Game Voters Network, and of course, Cyber Power PC. We are still doing that giveaway, so make sure when you're signing up for the Open tournament, the next Open on April 30th, you also enter in to win that PC on geico.onog.gg. Once again, thank you everybody for tuning in. Admirable, it was a blast getting to cast with you once again. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next week right here for the Major. Thanks for watching.